Hello, everybody, good morning and welcome to That's Football. Jack Grealish signs for Manchester City in a £100 million deal, 5-year deal, and causes an absolute storm, a shitstorm. I wasn't going to say it, but let's say it. He has. I mean, surprisingly, but respectfully, I'll talk about the Villa angle in a minute. But Manchester City completing a deal that we spoke about on this channel at the end of June, that this deal was far more advanced than people wanted to think, and now it's come to pass before the season with Grealish back from his holidays after the Euros. It escalated, accelerated. He is now a Manchester City player. First of all, I just want to say that as a Manchester United fan, I can never know how Villa fans are going to feel about this. And nobody who's not a Villa fan has got the right to say to a Villa fan, you shouldn't be angry, disappointed, let down. We'll talk about that in a moment. But looking at it, as I said across the weeks, the difficulty here for Jack Grealish is that this is a British world transfer record. It's £100 million. Now, that may well get eclipsed in the next couple of weeks by Harry Kane. And there's a bigger story there about what Man City are going to do to football. But as I said before, do you blame City or do you blame the Premier League? And I blame the Premier League. But £100 million, Man City have never been near this before. It's always been 60, 50, 60, 70 million, I think, once. They never do this. And they've done it. And now they've done it, they'll do it again and again. And how do you stop that juggernaut from doing that? I don't know. But on the Grealish transfer, Pep Guardiola is arguably the best manager in the world. Man City are the Premier League winners. They were the Champions League finalists. They could have won a quadruple. They are relentless. Over the last 10 years, they've been the most consistent team in the league. They've got the most money. They've got the best facilities. They've got the best squad. They're going to get better and better, and they're going to keep winning things. If you're Jack Grealish and Pep Guardiola is saying, I want him, and you already know they've got Foden, Mahrez, Silva, Sterling, De Bruyne, and all the attacking talent that they've got, but they want Grealish for that amount of money. I mean, what is he supposed to do? Are Man United saying we want him? No. A Liverpool? No. A Chelsea? No. They're not. And if Grealish wants to go, then it doesn't get any better than that. The opportunity doesn't get any better than that. He either stays loyal to Villa and becomes a modern day Matt Letizia, who stayed at Southampton when really maybe he should have gone to a bigger club to try and win things, or he makes the move. And the only move he can make is Man City. So people can get moody about Grealish doing this. Non-Villa fans can get moody. But ultimately, and people saying it's about money, it's not really about money though, is it? It will be about money, but it's not really about money, because he's not just going to, like, if Newcastle had just been taken over, they're still a mid-table club. They're just rich. Man City are rich and winning things. So I can see why Grealish has done it. I think Villa, to touch on the Villa thing, a lot of very unhappy Villa fans. I get that. I do get that. I don't understand the levels they're going to, because I think when you look at it pragmatically, you can see why Grealish is leaving. But who's going to look at something pragmatically? The reality is football fans, and I've been saying this for a long time, football fans are more passionate and loyal about this game than footballers. Football over the last 20 years has become a lot about money. It has. You know, we've got players at Manchester United that came to United but would have gone to Man City if Man City had offered more money, or you know, that's just the way it is. I'm not saying the players aren't loyal and they don't play for the shirt when they're here, but they don't have the loyalty of football fans. But I think in Jack Grealish, you had a local lad who loved Villa, and if Villa were a Champions League contender, I think he would stay. And maybe Villa will be in 5 years' time, 3 years' time. Look at what they've done this summer. Look at what they did last summer. Watkins, Martinez, Matty Cash, to name 3 good signings. This summer, Bendia, Leon Bailey, Danny Ings. They're looking at Ward-Prowse. They're building a good team. I expect Villa to be a top half of the league sort of side. And using Grealish obviously derails that, but it also solidifies their ambition, and I think they will show that ambition in the transfer window again. They're not a poor club, Aston Villa. This is not £100 million that's going to go into the owners' pockets to pay off debts and things like this. I think they will spend, and they will continue to spend, and they will keep building a good team. And Aston Villa, to me, you know, if you were a billionaire looking to buy a club, and Man City were looking at Villa. I say Man City. Sheikh Mansour was looking at Everton and Villa, and the reason they went for Man City is because they had the Commonwealth Stadium, and it was the easier project, the more suitable project. But Villa are a project that, I'm not saying a billionaire is going to come in because they're quite rich already, but Villa are a project. They are a project, and it's just not right for Grealish right now. I can see why he's going to go. What it means for Manchester City, and look, what it means for Villa is it's disappointment. I mentioned this on the United stand last night when Ronaldo left United. I was gutted because he went to Real Madrid, and we just got to the Champions League final, and he was the best player in the world, and he went to Real Madrid. But he'd always wanted to go to Real Madrid. It was an ambition, and we couldn't do anything about that. We were consistently we'd been in 2 Champions League finals in a row. We were winning the league titles. He was winning Ballon d'Ors, but it still wasn't enough, and it was very disappointing. But you have to move on, and I think for Villa fans, this will hurt more because he's a local lad, but you can probably understand it more because he wants to win the big. Jack Grealish needs to play in the Champions League. Can Aston Villa play in the Champions League? Not at the moment, probably not for 3 or 4 years. In which case, Grealish will be 30. And if Villa are a great team in 5 years' time and Grealish is 30, do you think Villa fans will really care about the fact that Grealish missed out on playing in the Champions League? I think he's got to do what's best for himself. It's always a difficult decision. I totally understand how Villa fans feel. They're going to feel let down. But I think the booing and everything like that, it's up to them if they boo. Some people say that Villa fans shouldn't boo Grealish. Who are you to tell Villa fans they shouldn't boo Grealish? I personally don't think in time, I think they'll understand why he's done it. But ultimately, there's more loyalty in football from fans than there is ever going to be in players, and it's only going to get worse. You look at people like Erling Haaland. He's just going to go from one club to another every 2 years, look for another move and go somewhere else because it's all about chasing the money and having a very rich and plentiful career in relation to where he plays. That loyalty to the club is where the fans are, and the fans have a right to have their say. In relation to football itself and Manchester City, this is on the authorities. This is not on Manchester City. Man City, when they bought the owners of Man City, when they bought Man City in 2008, were always going to do this. I was surprised they never really did it before. They always used to buy players for like 50, 60 million when United were buying Pogba for 89 million and things like that. But now they're stepping into that world. Now they're going, you know what? We're not just going to buy people for 50 million. We're actually going to start buying the best. We're going to spend 100 million pounds on players. We're going to spend 120 million pounds on players. They're moving into the PSG stratosphere now, and that's not good for the Premier League. It isn't. Because Man City's squad their bench was already better than most teams' first team. They're now going out and buying top tier elite signings to add to a top tier elite team and squad. So and they've got a fantastic manager. They're very, very rich. So even if it goes wrong, they can just change that in the blink of an eye. They're going to be the dominant force, Manchester City, and the sort of signing they're buying here is they're trying to buy the English crowd. They're trying to buy the English fans. Grealish, Kane, very popular with English fans. They're very clever what they're doing, Man City. I've been at the Etihad. I've seen what it's like, the infrastructure, the way they're building that club. Yeah, it's a lot of money in it, but they're not stupid with their money. There's a lot of clubs out there that are rich that have been stupid and greedy with their money. And Manchester City are about being the best football club in the world. And they're determined to have the biggest fan base in the world. So United need to wake up. Liverpool need to wake up. Arsenal need to wake up. Chelsea need to wake up. Man City have dominated the footballing arena over the last decade by spending money on good players and managers. They're now going to start building a fan base. And there are going to be a lot more Manchester City fans now because of people like Jack Grealish. And he will be the first of many. So, the authorities have failed football. If you think, you can keep moaning about oil money, you can keep moaning about money and etc. But the reality is, if there is any wrongdoing, or it never should have happened, blame the authorities. Man City, I think they've got so much money. I don't know why they would cut corners. I don't know why they would break rules. But, it's on the Premier League. That's who it's on. This is the Premier League, and this is the way it's going to be. And it's a huge statement from Man City, and it's a huge move for Jack Grealish. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe, bottom right hand corner. What are your thoughts on this deal? There's so many aspects to it. What does it mean in relation to Man City, their newfound spending power on top of huge spending power anyway? What does it mean for Aston Villa without Grealish? Should he have gone? Without him, are they still a club that can do things? And what does it mean for Jack Grealish himself? Was this the right thing to do? Get in the comments below, smash a like and subscribe.